Hello everybody, this is Dr. McClower. I have to say, science is supposed to be the arbiter of truth. It's the last word, like your parents when you're a kid. When you're a kid and your mom says, just wait till your father gets home, you young man, then we'll decide this. Or when you hear somebody say, my mommy told me that, spoiler alert, Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and the Cleveland Browns having a winning season is a real thing. Once said by the authority, it's the final word. There's no more to say about it. It's the arbiter and the high priest of truth. And we do this too, not just kids. When we're out and we're having an argument with somebody and it's your ace card, pull out science. Because you'll say something like you're having an argument with somebody and pull out science and you'll say, science studies show that fill in the blank with whatever you want to support. And then you're done. It's a kidney punch. The guy's done. And he has two choices. He can either skulk off and go spend 4 fruitless hours on PubMed trying to counter it, or throw another study back in your face and hope it's better. Why do I bring this up? Because there's actually a study that just came out that says that the conclusion is that the dietary guidelines that tell us that we should reduce sugar content, they say, are not trustworthy, are not good science. Based on this report, they're saying that these are not good data and you shouldn't really pay attention to them. Just because our children eat mountains of sugar every day doesn't mean that that's contributing to overweight, childhood obesity, and childhood diabetes. Not at all. But this is science. It's truth, right? But this truth was funded by the soda industry and the candy industry. They paid to have this study done. And they do this stuff all the time. In 2014, they funded a study that showed science. It showed that children who drink diet sodas, their product, are better at losing weight than children who drink water. Better. Crazy. Can you imagine? They found a result so that they can tell you that you should consume their product. Never saw that coming. In 2011, the candy industry came up with a study and their conclusion, this is crazy, can't imagine, but their conclusion was that children who eat candy are better at controlling their weight than children who do not. Better. That's like the complete opposite of common sense reality. That's like me telling you, that's like me saying, you know what? Actually, truthfully, living in your mother's basement is cool. Or yes, yelling your political beliefs into the open space in public makes everyone want to be in the same state with you. Seriously. It's just not true. It's just common sense, not true. And here's where the cognitive dissonance comes in. This is science. It was published in a science journal, and we so want it to be true because it's science, and where else do we go to know what to believe? I mean, I get fake news. I do. I know that there's organizations and they have a bias and they have a perspective and they want to support that, so they create bogus things, They want you to believe that Barack Obama was born in Kenya with Nala and Mufasa and Rafiki, and they send you that news, but it's fake news. How can you have fake science or even biased science? That's a contradiction in terms. Turns out this happens all the time, and I'm so sorry to have to bust your bubble. I'm so sorry to have to reveal this to you. Oh, by the way, that Tooth Fairy thing and the whole Browns winning season thing, I can't help you there either. It's called the funding effect. And it's a very well researched, it's a very well known phenomenon. The source of the funding causes the outcome to be, are you ready? 4 to 7 times more likely to favor the funder, even if the funder doesn't do the study. Crazy. In other words, if you're the soda or candy industry and you're concerned because it's being revealed that your product if it's overconsumed, can lead to overweight and bad things for people's children. And so people stop buying it, and you're like, dude, they're not buying our product. What do we do? Well, we just get our own science. It's easy. You just fund the science, and sooner or later you're going to get the result you want to counter this whole bias that reality brings. Funding their own science does really important things for the industry, though, the companies. What it does is it allows them to say that the waters are muddied. It allows them to say that the issue's not settled. And you know, if the issue's not settled, once it is, then we'll know. But right now, it's not really settled. So why don't you just head on down to the diabetes section of your grocery store and pick up some sugar-coated frosted bombs and freebase that all day long. No worries. Good. Here's the thing. Science isn't objective. Sorry. There I go, bubble popping again. It's not objective, it's subjective because it's done by subjects. It's done by people who are subjective and have a point of view. It just is. That's why this kind of bias happens. That's why there's a funding effect at all. Does that mean it's totally rubbish? No, of course not. It's just that it's as fallible as the humans who are practicing it. That's all. So the soda and candy companies publish research supporting their products. Is that a surprise? No, of course they do. All you have to do is fund the study. They paid to have that done. It's like marketing. It should go through marketing, man, because that's all it is. You pay, and sooner or later you get the results you want, and then, oh look, we have science on our side. Scientific research is so important, and it does so many great things. But how do you know the difference between skewed science and good science? It's tough, but rule number one is follow the money. If you see a funding source, and that funding source has an interest in the outcome, then the first thing you should do before you read a word is to doubt the outcome. Seriously. Before you read a word of it, you should know that there is a funding effect, and there is a 4 to 7 times greater chance that that very study is going to favor whoever funded it. It just is. Those are just data. That is objective. If you have any questions, let us know. info@willclower.com. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.